everybody. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I like forgot how to do this. But hi, it's Vanessa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to just first in this intro talk about where I've been, why I haven't posted a video in so long, and then also to talk about the title of this video is I'm pregnant, yay! This is a first trimester recap video. On my phone I put a bunch of notes. Why I missed a FaceTime call? Oops. Whatever, I'll call him back after. I put a bunch of notes in my phone of what I want to talk about. But first off, I didn't film a video for 15 months. I can't believe it's been that long, but it's been 15 months. I haven't filmed a video in that long because I moved into a different apartment. Obviously, what you can see around me right now is a little different, but I hated that apartment so much. We had a big pest issue, if you know what I mean. That's all I'm going to say about that. In the apartment, so I was really afraid to film a video and have a little pest crawl on the wall behind me or something like that, and it completely like ruined footage and ruined videos. I was not happy at that place, and I didn't feel very, how do you explain it? I just didn't have any drive. I didn't feel like creating anything. I didn't feel creative at all. So that is why I didn't film a video in that apartment. But now I'm in a brand new apartment, literally brand new. We're the first people to live here. I'm so happy here. You can kind of see from what's around me, there's still like boxes and paintings and stuff that needs to go up. So we've only been here for about a week. As you're seeing this right now, when it goes up, it'll probably be 2 weeks. So we still have stuff everywhere. Like we don't even have a couch. I'm sitting at my bar, on my bar stools. My kitchen is in front of me. My living room is behind me. We don't even have a couch. It comes in tomorrow, luckily, so I can get the couch. But anyway, long story short, that is why I wasn't filming any videos, but now I'm gonna film videos again, and I'm super excited. I feel so creative, and I'm so happy here. Also, it's a happy time in my life. Yes, 2020 has sucked for everybody. COVID has taken some people's family members. My grandfather, to be exact, on my father's side, we lost him. So I personally have lost a family member to COVID, so I know how it feels. So in the comments, if you want to just vent a little bit, I'm here if you want to talk to somebody. I also have my Instagram down below and stuff like that. You can always DM me. I'm always here to talk. I can relate because I did lose a family member to COVID, and hopefully I don't lose any more. So with that being said, let's jump right into the main thing of this video, which is first trimester recap. So let me take you down. Let me get on my phones to help me with notes. What happened? So in August, the month of August, I just never got my period. And my anniversary with my boyfriend is in the first week of August, and I was telling him like something's going on. We can't celebrate our anniversary the way we want right now because something's going on. I don't know. I'm trying to like keep it PG here because I know some younger people might click on this video. So basically we didn't get to celebrate our anniversary the way we wanted to because something was going on down there. So I decided to wait for one of my coworkers to come back from a little vacation because I felt comfortable with her, asking her like, hey, how long did you wait until you took a test when you missed a period, blah, blah, blah. So I had basically missed a period for a full week. I was on birth control for a long, long time, but I got off of it about 6 months before August. Yeah, about 6 months before August, because with COVID, it was really hard to get an appointment at my doctor's office. I was scared to go into the doctor because of COVID, especially because my doctor's office is a adult clinic. So a lot of like elderly people go, really 50 and older go. I just went there because my parents went there, so it was easy for us to all just go, but it's an adult clinic. So I didn't feel comfortable going to a clinic where I knew a lot of 50 and above were going because of COVID. I just didn't feel safe. She wouldn't prescribe me another year of prescriptions without seeing her first for a yearly checkup, which I understand. So I was like, you know what? The time is now. I've been wanting to get off because I don't know what birth control is doing to my body. I've literally have been on it for a long time, you guys, like almost a decade. And I don't know what it's doing to my body. I've heard stories of how women are on birth control for years and they can't get pregnant years later because they were on birth control for so long, and I didn't want that to be me. So I was like, it's time. I don't want to be on it anymore because I don't know what it's doing to me. COVID has really changed the world and the way we do things, so I don't feel comfortable going into my doctor. She won't prescribe me a pill for another year without seeing her, so I'm just gonna get off. And I'm gonna try my best with the calendar method. It sounds so nasty talking about this. If you are like under 16, I guess, I'm sorry. If you have questions with some of the lingo I'm using, just ask your mom. I'm sorry. Or your dad. But I downloaded an app called Clue. That's more like a calendar method. It tells you when you're supposed to have your period, when you're fertile, however you want to pronounce it. Fertile, I think, is the right way. And I was using that for the 6 months to help me just keep a track. Because I was used to having the pills, the row of pills to tell me, my period's coming up. I'm supposed to be on my period. Okay, I'm having my period now. This is all matching. I didn't have anything. I was used to years having a little set of pills with 4 rows to help me out. So I got that app called Clue to help me, and that's how I realized, hey, you are supposed to be having your period. You didn't have it. It's been 7 days since you have missed your period. Maybe it's time to take a test. So long story short, I don't have the test here with me because they're packed in one of those boxes in the background. They're in like one of those fake books. I have like a fake Marilyn Monroe book that you open up and it's like a little box you can put stuff in and close it, but it looks like a book. And Marilyn Monroe is on top as like the cover art. They're in there in a little Ziploc bag just for safekeeping, and it's in a box still. But if not, I would show you the dates because me, like a cute little psycho, I wrote down the dates and I wrote down the times of when I took them. So I took one. I bought a pack of 2 at Walgreens. It wasn't that expensive. It was like $8 for 2. I took one at nighttime. The first week of August, so it was like August 9th, August 8th, something like that. And it came out positive. So I waited till the next morning. I think that was the morning of August 9th, I believe. And the second one came up positive. I ordered a little onesie to surprise my boyfriend with. It says player 3 has been added to the game because we both play video games. You can see that picture of the first sonogram, the onesie, and our video game controllers. His Death Stranding special edition controller, and then mine just basic purple controller. It's on my Instagram if you want to go check it out. My Instagram's linked down below if you're interested. But I unfortunately had gotten terminated from my job about maybe 3 days before that onesie came in the mail from Amazon. So I was just so upset, and he didn't know why, and it was because I was pregnant and I just lost my job and it's COVID. And this was in August when I lost my job. So it was like, we're in December now, so it's halfway through COVID, but I know where the end is not near with COVID, so who knows if that was halfway through COVID or not. But halfway through COVID, I lost my job, and I was pregnant. It's my first baby. I'm 22. He's 23. We're both about to have birthdays, so we'll be a year older when we're actually parents. But I was very scared. I was very worried. And I was crying really hard, and he didn't understand why, because he knew I didn't like that job. Anyway, I was wanting to transfer somewhere else because I didn't like the way that they were taking precautions for COVID. There weren't really any precautions. and I didn't feel safe. And that place was an elderly apartment community where I worked, where like elderly people live in those apartments. It's apartments for a certain age group and above. So I didn't feel safe with the precautions that they were implementing. So I already wasn't happy. I already was wanting to transfer to something else, but I didn't want to lose my job completely. So I was very upset. I ended up just telling him. I showed him the test. I didn't get to get any footage of his reaction, but his reaction was the cutest thing. Every time I think about it, it makes me want to cry, but he was just so happy and he was crying, and he said that he was so excited and he had no idea, and how like he thought he would never have a chance to be a father out of all his, sorry if you're one of his stalker exes and you're watching this video, but he said, I never wanted to have a baby with any of my other girlfriends because I didn't see them as mom material. But me and him have a long history. We met when we were 10. We started dating when we were in middle school, and we've dated on and off throughout middle school and high school and college. And now we're 22 and 23, and we've been dating again for this last time in August, it'll be 4 years. So we've had a very serious, close relationship for a long time. We've always been very special to each other. So he's like, I never wanted to have a baby with anybody else but you, and I'm so happy that it's you. And he was just crying so hard, and it really touched me. So I get a little teary-eyed every time I tell that story, because I thought he was gonna be upset. Because we had talked about maybe getting off birth control once we move into this apartment, which we moved in November. So August, November, it was a few months difference than what we were planning on to start trying or to get off birth control. So if it happens, it happens. But with COVID, like I said earlier, I just got off birth control earlier, and it just happened sooner than what we were comfortable with. But that's fine. It's a baby, it's a gift. You never know when they're gonna happen. And I'm happy I was just able to conceive after all those years of being on birth control. So that's the first birth story. So I'm just going down the list. So I missed my period, I took the test, and then I started just downloading apps. I have this one app called What to Expect. It's really cute. Right now when I'm filming this, I'm 22 weeks and 5 days. So I'm like pretty much halfway through my second trimester as well, but this is just my first trimester recap. I made sure not to put any symptoms or things I'm feeling in the second trimester in these notes, so I don't say it in this video, because I will be doing a second trimester recap video in a few weeks, because I'm already about halfway through my second trimester. So I got the What to Expect app to help me just keep a track of when your due date is and how big your baby is, and they show you little videos every new week. When you're like 23 weeks, 22 weeks, like every new week you develop or the baby develops, there's a new video, and it's the cutest thing. We love watching them. I didn't know so many things about a baby until watching these videos, so it's very informative. I recommend downloading What to Expect. And also I have a app called Drink Water Reminder. Let me find it. It's that middle one. Sorry that I ran out of memory on my card, so I had to delete footage from my Vegas trip, from my Vegas vlog last year, which has been up on my channel for a while. I told him I'm filming a video and he still texts me, but that's okay. So yes, sorry about that. I don't know where I cut off before my camera stopped recording because it ran out of memory. The Drink Water Reminder app, I know I got to show it to you on my phone. That for me, it goes off every 50 minutes from 8 a.m. to 11:55 at night, that I need to drink water. And it sounds like a water pour sound, so I remember to drink water. I had this app before I got pregnant just because I try to be healthy. I was working out before I got pregnant too, just because I want to be healthy and make sure my body is healthy to have a baby and just healthy in general. So I was already planning, like preparing, like drink more water, work out more, you know, stuff like that. So if you don't have a drink water app and you're pregnant, I recommend Drink Water Reminder. It's for free. What to Expect is for free as well, in the App Store. So it tailors to you. It goes off your weight, your age, your sex, your height, I think. And then from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, that's how it figures out how often it needs you to drink some water. Mine's every 50 minutes. For you, it might be every 45, every 40, it just depends. So I recommend those two apps. The next on my list is sick. So I really wasn't feeling sick in the first trimester. There were some days I felt nauseous, but I didn't actually, I haven't ever thrown up. I'm 22 weeks in, almost 23 weeks, and I have never thrown up from the pregnancy. They recommend to you that you need to eat 3 times a day, so you need to eat breakfast. I was someone that never ate breakfast, so I had to start eating breakfast. So I noticed if I felt nauseous, if I ate breakfast, the nausea would go away. So if you feel nauseous, maybe eat something, even if it's something small. Because you're nauseous, you know, you're not feeling that great, you don't want to eat anything. So try and eat something small. I would eat like little apples. I have one right here. Is this an orange? Yeah, little oranges, bananas, yogurt, frozen like croissants with sausage, egg, and cheese and stuff like that. Did I say yogurt? Yogurt. I would eat stuff like that as my breakfast, something real small, just so I eat to get my calories up for me and the baby, and then also so I wouldn't feel sick. So if you feel sick, just eat something. You'll probably be okay. Next is pregnancy brain. From the beginning, my boyfriend says it's just because I'm stupid, but I'm saying no, it's pregnancy brain. I mess up a lot. I forget things. I forget what I'm doing. I mess up words like talking. I speak Spanish and English, and for some reason, I'll be talking and I'll forget the English word and only the Spanish word will be coming to my mind. And so I'll just speak Spanglish. I do it when I'm with my family because they speak Spanish too, but when I'm at work, I just look stupid because I'm like waiting for the English word to come into memory, and I'm like, oh, there we go. I finished my sentence, but it's like 10 seconds after, so it's weird. My boyfriend too doesn't really speak Spanish as fluently as I do, so the same thing, like I can't speak Spanglish to him because he won't understand. Like, for example, on Sunday, I forgot the word strong. So I was like, oh, she's not as strong as him. That's what I was trying to say. But I had to say, she's not as fuerte as him because I forgot the word strong. So I had to use fuerte. Fuerte is a word I use for strong. I know there's different slang and other words you can use. So yes, pregnancy brain, it's real. The next one, allergy, runny, stuffy nose. So I'm just reading like how I wrote it. So I have allergies, and they've gotten so bad since being pregnant. It's horrible. I hate it. I can't stand it. I get a runny nose and a stuffy nose all the time. Runny nose is a pregnancy symptom. Okay, it's gonna stop recording soon because my battery is dying. So I'm gonna charge this. I have an appointment anyway at 3 to go to, so I need to put some pants on so I can go. But if it's still recording, which I think it is, you get a runny nose, you get a stuffy nose. My allergies have been way worse. When I do get allergies, it's horrible. I hate it. So be prepared for that. You can't take Zyrtec. I think you can take Benadryl when you're pregnant, but I don't like to take Benadryl, so I've been drinking tea and blowing my nose a lot. But I will pick up in about an hour, but for y'all it'll be like 3 seconds. Hello, I'm back. Good, the camera got some good charge. All right. So where did I leave off? I think the last thing I was talking about was allergies. Let me pull back up my notes. Yes, allergies, runny, stuffy nose. So yes, I think the only thing, like I said, you can take is Benadryl. I don't like to take Benadryl. I like Zyrtec. You can't take Zyrtec, so I've just been drinking tea, like I said, and doing my best. I don't know if you heard that in the background, but that's the drink water reminder app telling me to drink some water. I just drank some water, so before I turn on the camera, so I'm okay. Let's see, next, heartburn with a question mark, because I've never had heartburn. I don't know necessarily what it feels like. So I don't know if what I'm feeling is actually heartburn or if it's just pain. I don't know. I notice like when I eat fried foods in particular, like chicken tenders, popcorn chicken, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, fried chicken, jalapeno, like fried jalapeno poppers, like the ones you can get from churches, like those, stuff like that was hurting my stomach. It's always hurt my stomach. I've always had a sensitive stomach to fried foods, but it was hurting my stomach in a different way that I was thinking maybe it's heartburn. That's gone away. I don't really feel that. I only felt that like in the beginning part of the first trimester. Like I said, it could be heartburn, it could not be heartburn. I'm not sure because I've never had heartburn. I don't really know how it feels like, so that's that. Heartburn is something kind of that I've been going through personally. And these are all just my symptoms, what I've been going through. You can go through a lot of different ones, or you could go through a lot of the same ones that I am. It just really depends. I'm just giving you my first trimester recap so you know what to maybe expect if you just realized you're pregnant, or if you're like trying to get pregnant, you can prepare. You can prepare. The next thing I wanted to talk about was working while pregnant. So I currently do work. I work Tuesday through Saturday. Saturday, it's only like a half day. And I get Mondays off for working Saturdays. I'm still working. I intend on working until like, hey, manager, I'm not gonna say my manager's name on YouTube, but hey manager, my water broke last night, so I'm not coming in this morning. You know, I'm gonna try to push it to the very last day to start maternity leave. I recommend if you work, finding out what your maternity leave is sooner than later. So if it's not the best maternity leave, it's not the best situation, you can start to save and prepare. For example, like if you get maternity leave, but it's not paid, it's unpaid maternity leave, you need to start preparing for the time you'll go without having a paycheck. Some companies will do PTO, your paid time off, whatever you have accumulated for paid time off for that year, or however long you've been working there. If it's unpaid maternity leave, and this is only with some companies, whatever you have in PTO, they'll pay you out of your PTO to cover your maternity leave. So you're getting a check, at least. You're getting your same hourly check for your 40 hours a week or whatever the case is for your situation. So some are better. Some are paid maternity leave where you don't have to use any of your PTO, your paid time off, to pay for your maternity leave. So I recommend just finding out sooner than later what your maternity leave would be looking like, just so if it's not the best situation, you can start to save for it, just so you can pay your bills and buy your baby diapers and wipes, you know, while you're on maternity leave. So that's me. I'm gonna try to go as far as I can. I know sometimes OBGYNs are like, bed rest your last 2 weeks, your last 4 weeks, whatever the case is. And then others are like, no, you're healthy enough, you can keep working. So I'm just gonna listen to my doctor. If my doctor says I can keep working, I'm gonna keep working till the last possible day, because my maternity leave situation isn't ideal. So I just want to keep working to as long as I possibly can. So I recommend finding out, like I said, sooner than later, your maternity leave options, just so you're not shocked, stressed, and scrambling for money if it's not the best situation towards the end of your pregnancy, when you should really just be thinking about calm thoughts and peaceful tranquility ideas or whatever, so you're calm and you have a healthy, fast, painless pregnancy, which I know we all wish pregnancy and giving birth would be painless, but it's not, of course. Next, vitamins. So I'm taking a prescribed prenatal plus iron vitamin. He wanted to prescribe me a name brand one, but I personally opted for the generic brand. I've always done that with any medication, any birth control, anything. I opt for the, what did I just say? See, that's pregnancy brain right there. The generic, there we go, the generic version of the name brand, because it's essentially the same thing. It really is. And it's probably about 4 times cheaper. Pharmaceutical companies are the devil. I sound like the water boy's mama, but they're the devil. So I always opt for generic over the name brand, but it's your body, it's up to you. That's just me. So I'm taking a generic prescribed prenatal vitamin plus iron. And then the clinic I went to, I really recommend, if you are in the Bexar County area and you're worried about pregnancy, you don't have that much money, you want it confidential, you want to take someone with you, or you don't want to take someone with you, whatever your case is, it's called Life Choices Clinic. It's in San Antonio, but if you're in the Bexar County area, it's easily accessible to go to. They go by another name, but like the main name is Life Choices Clinic. The reason why I went there is because my proof of pregnancy test, when you get a positive pregnancy test at home, like an at-home one, the one that you pee on, or the one that you dip in pee, like a cup of pee. Sorry, this is gross, it's just a reality. You need an actual physician approved, yes you are pregnant test. It's called a proof of pregnancy test. They'll give you a form that's a proof of pregnancy form, so like when you travel, if you don't want to go through, like if you fly and you don't want to go through that x-ray machine just because you're worried about it hurting the baby, you can show them that form, and they can't force you to go through that body x-ray machine. You will be subject to a pat down, so if you don't want anyone to touch you, I recommend just going through a machine. But if you're afraid the x-ray machine at TSA will hurt the baby, then just you're gonna get patted down if you show that form. So you need a proof of pregnancy form to show to your work, to show to your HR, or whatever the case, however big your company is. You might not have an HR, you might have an HR, so you need a proof of pregnancy form to show proof that you're pregnant. You do need to go to a doctor to get an official pregnancy test to say yes, you're pregnant. So I went to Life Choices Clinic because it's for free to do that. And because of COVID, like I said, this was happening in August. So it's December now. It's the first week of December I'm filming this. So I wanted to make sure I could go somewhere where my boyfriend could go with me, because he's a father. He already voiced his opinion to me, how he feels like he's so out of control in the situation because the baby is growing in me and all the doctors are worried about me and the baby, and he feels kind of out of control and a little left out, which I'm sure he's not the only father that would feel that way. So I wanted to make sure he could come to every single appointment, every single thing. Even with COVID, a lot of places, they don't allow the fathers to go into the appointments, which is really sad, because this is, especially if it's your first child, it's a really memorable process, and I feel like the both of y'all should be there for it. So I wanted to make sure he could go. So I went to Life Choices Clinic because it's for free and he could go. So I went there. They were really sweet. They gave me free prenatals. When I found an OBGYN that accepted my boyfriend to come in every visit, I went ahead and made an appointment with him. When I first saw him, he prescribed me my prenatals. So I was taking just a regular generic over-the-counter, I guess, prenatal in the very, very beginning, but I found an OB/GYN pretty quick and made an appointment so I could start seeing someone regularly, the person that I'm going to see throughout my whole pregnancy and delivery. And I had him prescribe me the prenatals. But anyway, at that clinic, they recommended, I took all my vitamins with me to that appointment because I was like, I had 2 positive pregnancy tests. The lines are really dark on them. On the instructions on the pregnancy test, it does say, it doesn't matter how dark or how light your test line is, if there's a line on the test line, you are pregnant. But my lines were so dark. Like I'll show you. This was like the control line and my test line was purple. It was so dark. So I was like, oh no, girl, you're pregnant. So I knew going to that clinic before I even took the actual physician test that yes, I'm pregnant. So I took all my vitamins with me. I was taking a woman's multivitamin. I was taking maca powder. I don't know how to say it. It's like an immune system and energy supplement. It gives me like a lot of energy. It's basically like matcha powder, but in pill form, and it's called MACA. It's called maca. It's some kind of root. I don't know, but I took that for like energy and metabolism boost. I was taking fish oil and I was taking a woman's probiotic vitamin. She recommended, the nurse at the clinic, to stop taking the women's multivitamin because with the prenatal I was getting all the nutrients I needed from the prenatal. Sorry, I had to delete more memory off this card. I need to put in my new memory card. But anyway, I kind of forgot where I left off and what I was saying, but basically she said, don't take your woman's multivitamin anymore because you're getting enough vitamins from your prenatal, and to stop taking that maca powder because it was probably giving me too much caffeine, which could hurt the baby, too much caffeine. But I was also taking the fish oil, like I said, and the probiotics, and she said, keep taking the fish oil. It's optional. You get nutrients from your prenatal that are in your fish oil, but you can continue to take it if you want. And she's like, I do recommend keeping your prenatal, obviously your prenatal, the probiotic, because you might have trouble going to the bathroom and the probiotic will help you. And that has been proven true, because I stopped taking my probiotic for maybe like the first 3 months of pregnancy, and I have trouble going to the bathroom now, and I need to buy another one. I only stopped taking it because I ran out, but I have trouble going to the bathroom now, so I need it, okay? So one of the symptoms is either like constipation or like diarrhea. You get like one or the other. I am constipated. I have constipation. That's like one of my pregnancy symptoms. So I know the probiotic will help me. I've been drinking, it's Kefir. It's a drinkable probiotic yogurt. It's so good. I ran out, so I need to buy more, but I've been drinking that, and when I drink that, I can go to the bathroom. So I know it's just probiotics I need, so it's either buy the yogurt, drink the yogurt, or buy a probiotic and take the vitamin, either or. I don't think you need both, but that's your choice if you want to do both. The next thing on here, let's see, headaches. Oh my gosh, I've been getting headaches for a while. They started in my first trimester and they haven't stopped. I get like at least one headache a day. It's horrible. I get it usually like in the back of my eye, or like my eyebrow area right here. Kind of like a sinus headache, because I know we have sinuses right here. But it hurts, and I know it's a pregnancy symptom. So I've been getting bad headaches. You might get bad headaches too. Next is sex of the baby, not like having sex. Sex of the baby, and baby names. So I'm 22 weeks. I'll be 23 weeks in a few days. I already can know the sex. I think you can know the sex like at 16 weeks. But we opted to wait. So we're waiting till the delivery day, to when I deliver, and we're surprised with, it's a boy, it's a girl, you know, like we're waiting to be surprised in the hospital. It's kind of old-fashioned, but my boyfriend came up with the idea, and I was like, you know what, that's actually a good idea. Like, I am down, let's do this. So we don't know what we're having, and we're not gonna know what we're having until the due date. I'm not having a gender reveal party, obviously, 1, because of COVID, and 2, because we don't know the sex and we don't want to know the sex. But I am gonna have a baby shower. I'm gonna have a baby shower, god damn it, okay? I'm planning on having it like no more than 25 people, and I am gonna make mask mandatory, and the baby shower would happen like in March, like the first weekend in March, and it's December now. So hopefully by March things are better. Maybe more people will have been vaccinated for COVID, but I am gonna make mask mandatory, and it's only gonna be like 25 people at the max, because I'm having a baby shower. I'm not gonna let this situation ruin this life moment. Having babies and all the things that come with having a baby are big life moments, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let this ruin a life moment. So I'm having a baby shower, but I am taking the necessary precautions to keep everybody safe will be invited to the baby shower. Masks will be mandatory, and I'm keeping the invitation list low, because I just don't want... If you can hear my dog snoring, I'm sorry. But I just don't want my loved ones to get sick because they came to my baby shower. So masks will be mandatory, and I don't care. If I have a loved one or a friend that is upset about that, then they just don't have to come. I'll invite somebody else to take their spot, because we only have about, like I said, 25 spots. So next is baby names. I'm not gonna tell you the baby names. We have come up with one for a boy and one for a girl. I'll just tell you a little clue about each of them. So I'm not gonna tell you which sex is what clue, because it will really give it away. But one of the sexes, the name is one of the characters in the movie The Fifth Element. If you don't know what The Fifth Element is, Google it. You're probably way too young to be watching this if you don't know what The Fifth Element is. But one of the names of one of the sexes that we like is one of the characters in The Fifth Element. And then the other name for the other sex is an instrument. And that's all I'm gonna give away. But that's that. Let's see what's next. Nursery theme. So because we don't know what we're having, we wanted something very gender neutral. I wanted like a woodland theme at first, but we started to realize after being on Pinterest for hours that woodland theme is kind of like more towards boy. I know you can make woodland very girly, but all the gender neutral like woodland theme ideas always ended up looking more boy than girl. And if it happens to be a girl, I didn't want it to be all woodland and then have to like throw in a few pink items at the very end just to make it feel more girly. We wanted something that was very gender neutral to both. A lot of people might think that our theme that I'm about to say isn't gender neutral. It's the same. It's more geared towards a boy, but whatever. We like space and science. So we think space and science theme for the nursery would be really cute, like having little microscopes and beakers, like wall decals and decorations and little paintings, maybe like a few periodic elements like framed on the walls, maybe some like rocket ships and astronauts like hanging from the ceiling, something like that, like space and science themed. Of course, everyone wants their child to be smart. I'm really good at science and everything else. I'm really bad at math. My boyfriend is gifted in everything. He was top 2% of his graduating class in high school, so he's very, very smart. I'm very proud of my boyfriend. So I'm not saying that I think our baby's gonna be smart or stupid, just everybody wants their baby to be smart, right? Am I right? Like, who wouldn't want the baby to be smart, okay? So we just thought space and science would be really cute. We're not trying to push our baby to be in a specific field of study when they get older, but we just thought space and science is gender neutral, and we thought it's different and cute. A lot of people do penguins or do animals or do woodland or whatever, or do all pink or all blue. We want like something both could like. And girls can be astronauts and girls can be scientists. They can be into that stuff too. So I've had a few people be like, that's still kind of boy theme. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, it can go both ways. So that's the theme. It's like space and science. Cravings. So we want a boy. I hope it's a boy. We both want a boy. With all of the wives' tale, like little things like what you're craving, if you have heartburn or not, if you're nauseous or not, like all those, how you're carrying, are you carrying up high, are you carrying down low, like everything that I do and I read into says that we're having a boy, except this one thing. I want sugar. All I want is candy, all I want is cake, and more candy, and soda, and fruit punch, and sweet tea, like that's all that I want. And like, usually that's towards a girl, like you're having a girl, but everything else I do says that I'm having a boy, so I don't know, we'll see. We both want a boy, but we'll see. But that's, as far as cravings, that's all I'm craving. Candy. I want candy every single night. I will eat the whole bag of candy, no matter what it is. You buy me a share size of gummy bears, I'll eat the whole damn bag in one night. A share size, like I don't care. I want the candy, I want it now. That's like the only thing I crave is candy and like sweet, sugary drinks, like fruit punch, sweet tea, soda, stuff like that. We get it, she's obsessed with sweets. We know, okay. So, workouts. I used to work out Monday through Friday for an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how much time I had that day, because I like to work out before work. I also like to sleep. So some days I would only have an hour to work out, other days I would have an hour and a half. It just depended on my work schedule that day and how late I decided to sleep in. I would do cardio for about 20 minutes, and then the rest of the time at the gym was weights. I was getting to a point where I was very satisfied and liking my results, and then I got pregnant. And unfortunately, when you're pregnant, you have to lift about 30% less than what you were lifting, because you can't lift heavy things. You could hurt yourself and the baby. So I now lift about 30% lighter than what I was lifting, which is slowed down my process of getting, you know, the cuts and, you know, physique and like design of my muscles the way I wanted. That's been slowed down, but I understand it's for the baby, so that's no big deal. And then as far as cardio, like I don't go as hard. I'm not going as fast on the stairs. I'm not like running up the stairs because I can't. I'm not running anymore on the treadmill. I'm just like speed walking. My incline on the treadmill isn't as high, it's a little lower. I'm not going as hard as far as like friction on the elliptical. Same thing on the bike. Oh, sorry, I keep getting text. So now I only work out Monday through Friday for 30 minutes. 20 minutes is dedicated to cardio. The last 10 is weights. I only do like a level 4 speed on, or a like resistance on the elliptical and on the bike. On the stairs, I only go at like a level 3 on the stairs. Like a level 4, level 3, depending on like how I'm feeling that day. Because sometimes like I hurt like under my belly, right above my crotch, right under my belly, like it hurts really bad. It's called round ligament pain. You get a lot of that in your second trimester, so I'll talk about that in my other video, but it hurts. So just, I haven't been going as hard. I don't run on the treadmill anymore. I speed walk. I go at like a 4, about a 4, like a 3 to a 4, 3.5 speed walk. My incline isn't at a 4 anymore. It's only at a 2. So I've dialed it back a notch, a couple of notches actually, on my workouts because I want to make sure I'm safe and I'm not hurting myself or the baby, but I want to make sure I'm still working out and being healthy, because if you work out during your whole pregnancy, your labor and delivery is much easier. And then also if you work out during the pregnancy, bouncing back to your normal baby weight, normal baby physique, like I say normal baby, like pre-baby, before baby, is way easier. So that's why I'm still working out. I'm doing basically the most I can without hurting the both of us, because I want my bounce back time to be quick and I want my labor and delivery to go smoothly. I'll talk a little bit about labor and delivery right now. I'm planning on not having a C-section, having it vaginally, and I also want to do it naturally. So that means like no epidural, no pain meds, no nothing. I want to try and give birth like how my great grandma and all of our great grandmas gave birth to all of our grandmas, you know, like no medicine, just with their will, with their strength, you know. My boyfriend was delivered 100% naturally. His mom didn't take any meds. My mom had a C-section, so she had to take meds. When you have a C-section, you have to take meds. There's no way you're gonna get cut open with the scalpel and not be on some kind of meds, okay? You need meds. So I wanted to try and be natural too. So that's what I'm planning on doing, a natural vaginal delivery. So because of that, I'm making sure I eat, I drink enough water, I take all my vitamins, I work out, I eat well, I eat enough, because I want it to go as smooth as possible, because childbirth is painful to begin with, but childbirth with no meds, I'm sure is more painful. So I'm just trying to make it go as smooth as possible for myself, okay? That's all I'm saying. So that's my plan, if you were curious. Like I touched a little bit about breakfast and what I'm eating when I would talk about nausea, but I used to never eat breakfast, so now I'm eating breakfast. I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner now. I used to only eat lunch and dinner. I told you already like what I like to eat for breakfast: a fruit, a yogurt, or like a frozen like breakfast sandwich that you can like microwave or put in the oven, like whatever you have time for. So that's like what I'm eating for breakfast. My last symptom before I jump into like pregnancy things that I think you need, like items you can buy that help you, my last symptom is thirst. There are days that I'm so thirsty I can drink a whole gallon of water and still, before I go to sleep at night, be so thirsty. You get so thirsty in your first trimester. It hasn't really happened now that I'm in my second trimester. It hasn't happened recently, but in my first trimester, I was so thirsty, and no matter how much water I drank, like an hour later, I needed more. It's insane. I can't explain to you how thirsty I got, but I got really thirsty. You might get really thirsty as well. Everybody's different. That's all of my pregnancy symptoms. You might be going through the same thing I am, or if you're not, maybe you know like what to expect or whatever. If you are currently pregnant or you're curious, those are all my symptoms. Now you know. So you can kind of see what you're in store for. Now I want to go and talk about like things that I think you need to buy that would help you get through pregnancy a little easier. I only have 4 things on here. A lot of people buy like pregnancy pillows and all this other stuff. I want a pregnancy pillow, but right now I still don't need it yet. At 22 weeks, I'm still doing okay sleeping with just like my blanket and my 1 extra pillow. I don't need a full body pregnancy pillow. I'm okay right now. Maybe later as I get bigger, I'll get a pregnancy pillow, but right now I don't need one. So a lot of people might recommend to you a pregnancy pillow, but I'm not gonna be one of them. A planner. I have a planner anyway for work. I recommend you getting a planner when you're pregnant, just so you can plan out all of your appointments, because you're gonna have a lot of appointments to go to. In the first trimester and in the second trimester, you're gonna go like once a month, but in your third trimester, you'll start to go more and more frequently, so you need to keep a track of your appointments. Also, you might have In Bear County, there's this thing from the children's shelter. I recommend looking into it if you're a first-time mom. It's called Nurse Family Partnership. They give you a nurse, and it's your own nurse. You can call her whenever you need. She's there for you. She calls you once a month. Right now it's just calls. Before COVID, it was in-person visits, what she told me. I've only been pregnant in COVID, so I don't know. But she said when it's not COVID, they do in-person visits at home, at your home. And they talk to you for about an hour. It's a registered nurse, and she educates you and she asks you questions, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can voice them to her. It's for free. It's called Nurse Family Partnership. If you're interested, if you live in the Bear County area, I recommend calling the children's shelter in San Antonio. They're the ones that have the nurses, and they work with Nurse Family Partnership. I really recommend if you're a first-time mom doing that, because the nurses are there for you. They answer so many questions. They educate you so much. And it's good to know that you have somebody you can call who's educated. If, you know, something's happening, like if you're bleeding or something hurts really bad, like you can just call them, and it's like a peace of mind kind of thing. And it's for free. So again, Nurse Family Partnership through the children's shelter. If you live in Bear County, I recommend reaching out. So that too, all your phone calls with all your nurses, with your nurse, you only have one. With your nurse, you need to write down in a planner. So I recommend getting a planner if you don't already have one, because it'll save your life. With your pregnancy brain, you're bound to forget some appointment, some phone call or something, and you don't want to miss appointments and you don't want to miss phone calls. They're very important to your health and to your baby's health. So getting a planner is very important. Next thing is a heating pad. I already had a heating pad because my period cramps hurt me really bad. I get like period cramps in my back, not like in my front. So I would lie on the heating pad when I'm on my period to just help with some relief of that pain. Your back will hurt in the first trimester. It hurts a lot more in the second, but it will hurt in the first. So if you get a heating pad now, sooner than later is better, because you can just turn it on, lie down on it. You can sit on your couch and put it behind you. It's really great. Use the heating pad, I recommend it. My nurse did tell me, do not use the heating pad like on your front area, because it's too hot for your baby. It could hurt your baby. Like if you have it on high. So when I say heating pad, I mean for your back, and your back only. Just use it on your back. Don't use it on any of your front bits, your stomach, your crotch, like none of that. It's too hot for your baby. You can hurt yourself. This is coming from my nurse. She's an RN, so don't come for me in the comments. But that's just my 2 cents on a heating pad. So if you don't have one now, you should get one, because you will need it. Trust me. Next is bras. Your boobs get big, and they get big fast. My boobs were the first thing to change. They were very sensitive in the first trimester, to the point where like I couldn't get taking a shower from the shower head. I couldn't get water on them from the shower head, like on the nipples, because it just hurt. It hurt so bad. That was also like, Vanessa, you might be pregnant. Like before I took a test, I was like, you need to take a test. This is weird. My nipples and my boobs are like the first thing immediately to change and to hurt and to grow. So you will need new bras. So just when you find out you're pregnant, just go ahead and go to Target, go to Walmart, buy some like cheap, like really stretchy, like workout bras, not like sports bras, like yoga bras, like light impact bras, something real stretchy, something with no underwire, something you can adjust the straps on, something real cheap. Buy it in like a large or an extra large, even if I pre-baby am a 34C, 36C, somewhere in between there. Oh, I bust out of my C's like nobody's business. My boobs are so big, and I haven't even had my baby yet. Like I haven't even started lactating. Oh my God, I don't fit in my bras anymore. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be a D after I give birth. But yeah, I recommend just buying some like cotton, stretchy, spandexy, like light impact workout bras. You can adjust the straps, nothing with underwire. I took a breastfeeding class already with the clinic I went to, Life Choices Clinic. They have free parenting classes as well. And if you go to parenting classes, you get baby bucks, and you can trade in your baby bucks for actual baby items at the clinic. If your partner goes, like the father goes with you, you both get baby bucks. So I really recommend Life Choices Clinic if you're like struggling financially. I personally am not struggling that much, but hey, this is my first baby. Any classes I can go to, anything I can learn, anything that can help me, I'm gonna do it because I'm a first timer. I don't know what I'm doing. So I went to a breastfeeding class with them. I got baby bucks for going, and they said that padded bras and underwire bras can cause, this is for once you have a baby, can cause like your milk ducts, yeah, your milk ducts to get clogged, and it could cause infection, and it can be really painful, and you can even pass that infection on to your baby when you breastfeed if you have infection. So if you're gonna buy, not if you're gonna buy bras, you're gonna need to buy bras, but since you need to buy bras, just go ahead and buy non-padded, unlined, like no underwire bras to begin with, because when you're nursing, they don't recommend you to wear a padded or like bra that has underwire. So just go ahead now, since you're buying bras because your boobies are already so big, don't buy anything with padding and don't buy anything with underwire, just to save you some money so you don't have to buy more bras when you're breastfeeding, because you decided to buy like bigger padded underwire bras and now you can't wear them because you're breastfeeding. You know what I mean? So just go ahead now and buy like a big bra, a few bigger bras that are unpadded, like no pads and no underwire. Just, that's some of my advice. The last thing I recommend that you need to buy is leggings. Buy some kind of legging that's really stretchy, nothing that's really spandexy that sucks you in. There's some from Victoria's Secret. I like Victoria's Secret leggings. There's some from Victoria's Secret Sport that really suck you in. They're really thick. Those ones you can't wear for that long because they don't stretch, because they really suck you in. I have another pair from Victoria's Secret. They're not from Sport. They're just like part of their loungewear. They're really soft cotton and they're so stretchy. They are the most comfortable leggings. They're still my medium size. I didn't buy a large or extra large yet to fit over my bump. But if you can find some more like stretchy or cottonier leggings, and I do recommend still getting workout leggings, but not the spandex thick type, the more cottony, soft, like soft type, because those are more stretchy. If you are gonna size up, if you buy the stretchy cotton size, I think you only need to size up like one size, like from a medium to a large or a small to a medium. But if you have like the hardcore workout, like spandexy type, that are like hard to stretch, like hard to put on, like stuff like that, you're gonna need to size up like 2 sizes. So I just recommend buying like one size bigger and like something stretchy, more cottony, like soft feeling, instead of like that spandex elastic type. I don't really know how to explain that very well. Hopefully I did a good job. But that pretty much is it. After all of those interruptions, that's pretty much my first trimester recap. All of my symptoms, and then a few things that I think you should buy to help you get through pregnancy. So far, those are the only 4 things I've bought in to help. Well, I already had a planner and I already had a heating pad, but like bras and leggings, that's really like the only thing so far I've needed to buy. Now that I'm at almost 23 weeks, I haven't needed to really buy anything else. My pants and stuff are still fitting. My underwear and stuff are still fitting. Dresses look so cute on me. I can still wear all my dresses. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comments down below. Like I said in my intro, if you want to talk to somebody who can relate about losing a loved one due to COVID, I'm here for you. Leave a comment, we can chat. If you want to DM me on Instagram, my Instagram It's linked down below. All my other social medias are linked down below. So if you want to talk about baby stuff, if you want to talk about just COVID, like I can relate. I lost someone to COVID. So if you want to talk, I'm here. Of course, I'll do that same YouTuber thing, like the video, subscribe to my channel, all of that, ring the bell. Please help support my channel. But if you really liked today's video, yeah, give it a thumbs up. I will be doing a second trimester recap video here probably in about a month, because I'm almost done. I'm like halfway through my second trimester.